Hello all, today's video is going to talk about some tips and tricks to make life a little bit easier when formatting this card. So when we start here, we're just going to start up at the warm-up. Let's just say, for example, your warm-up needed an extra spot. There's only 4 spots here, but we needed a 5th slot. So what we do, we just come right over here, select all these rows. We want to make sure they're all selected. Right-click, and then we're going to insert row, and it pops up. So from what we have to do here, just kind of see how it's all chopped up. We're going to come here, select this first one. On a Mac, I'm going to select Command, and I'm going to select all these other spots as well, so we can format it all at the same time. We'll come up to this button right here. This is the Merge button, Merge and Center. So I'm going to do, just hit it, boom, boom. Everything is in line, ready to go, and all done at once as opposed to going to each cell and doing it at the same time. Moving on down to the card here. We'll start. I'm just going to kind of format, make up kind of a little bit of a program to make it easier for us. So kind of how I like to program my cards here. I'll merge this. I'll copy and paste. A quick copy and paste tool is Command C. My first exercise is going to be right here, actually. So I copy and pasted that. Now I'm just going to copy and paste a gray part of the cell over here. And I'm going to put it up top. You'll see what I'm doing here in a second. So that's that. From here, I selected all of this. Now I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to Format Cells, Borders. I'm going to select Borders here at the top. And now I can manipulate this. So I want to make sure I got the big black bolded line. We're here. Put it all the way around. Perfect. So up here, I'm just going to type in warm up. As you can see, it's centered in the perfect card. Don't have to adjust anything right there. I'm going to make this up. Barbell, back, squat, perfect. My warm-ups are going to be 5, 3, 1. I'm going to put in a random exercise here. Plank, groiner plus rotation. Now you can kind of see a couple things here that we're going to have to do. One, all of our exercises should be bolded. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to that command button. I'm going to hold down the command, and then I'm going to click. Make sure you see what I did there. Don't make sure the first thing you select is the first one you want to adjust. So I got that right there. I select all my exercises. I'm going to come up to the B. I'm going to bold that. As you can see, groiner plus rotation kind of runs off into the weight column. So I'm going to come up to the top here. I'm going to select the column. I'm going to select the column, but I'm going to select all my columns so I can adjust all my columns at the same time so they're the same width across the entire sheet. I'm going to come over here. You'll see my little arrows pointing both ways with a bar in the middle. Still holding the command button. I'm just going to hold them and pull this out a little bit until groiner plus rotation fills up the entire card. And if there's another exercise down the road that we have to adjust, we'll adjust it then. But now all my rows are perfectly the same. So plank, just making up stuff again, 3 by 30 seconds. And as you can see here, again, now my weight percent and reps columns are going to need to be adjusted. This 3 by 30 seconds is running off into each category or into other columns. So I'm going to do the same thing. Select the first one here. Hold the command button. Go all the way across. Select only the weeks, the reps, percents, and reps column. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Select it again. Selecting them again. I'll just come back, kind of give me a better visual. Move it a little bit. It's still messed up, so I'm just going to grab it a little bit more. I'll give it just a tad bit more, make it so the S doesn't blend. Perfect. Now all my columns with my weight, percent, and reps are the same across the board. I'm not undulating through different widths across each one. All right, moving on. I need to add letters and numbers here to associate what my lift is. So I'm just copying and pasting. We'll add borders and we'll change that in a second. So what we have to do next is, since I'm pairing all three of these exercises together, I'm going to need to add my dotted line. So I'm just going to select this entire row, and I'm going to do the command hold, select this entire row. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to format cells. I'm at my borders again. So I need the dotted line right here. And I'm just going to click the top one, not both. I'm just going to click the top one because based on the cells I selected, only the top one's going to need to change. So I hit OK. And now you can see I've got my dotted lines right where I need them. So groiner plus rotation, I'll just go 3 by 3 each. Perfect, fits in the cell, don't have to adjust it. Now this is my last one. I'm gonna add, instead of just going down here and adding a border, I'm gonna take this up here, copy and paste. And let's just say we're doing EDT today. I'm just gonna go EDT number 1. We'll worry about that when we get there. But instead of just going and putting a border right here at the bottom, I just copy and pasted this and added it to this part of my sheet. We're missing a pair width, so we're gonna have to go pair width, but we need this italicized, so we'll just select this one cell, come up here and italicize. And as you can kind of see on what's gonna be my 1B exercise, I need a line right there, right click, format cells, come to this thin black line, put it right up top, perfect. When I do my numbers, I just put the caps lock on and I'll go, it's already 1A, but I'll go 1A, down, 1B, 1C, and then uncaps lock just for future. But just so it's like, I can 1A, 1B, 1C real quick. Now from here, plank is going to be a body weight. Groiner plus rotation is going to be body weight as well. Percents, don't have to worry about that. But here's another thing that's going to make our lives a little bit easier. For me, when I do my warm-up sets, all of them are the same. So what I'm going to do is just hold it or select all of these cells, Command C, and then in the right of every corner, I'm going to select them, and then Command V. And it fills it in automatically for you and makes it a lot more simple and saves a lot more time. So another thing for a copy and paste, if I'm going to start all my workouts with this essentially same warm-up scheme to make life, again, easier, I'm going to copy this entire thing, including the numbers. I'm going to go to the corner of each one. I'm just going to hit copy and paste. Obviously, we can change this to bench press or barbell bench press. Whatever exercises you want here, and trap bar. Just so again, all my reps for the bench press are staying the same, for trap bar are staying the same, but you can change out these exercises for whatever you want to make it a little bit easier. But it's saving time by just copying and pasting the format. And then once you go on to day 2, then you can go in and all you have to do is change your exercises, the weight, whether it's body weight or not, and the reps and sets. So it's the formatting concept that's staying the same and saving time. Let's kind of just move down here. We'll just give a little bit more examples of kind of how to format and make life a little bit easier for us. So we got a bolded black line that we're going to get rid of. It's not too much of a worry right now. So let's just say for our EDT, we're doing back squat. Doing back squat. We're going to pair it with a pull-up. And then a Russian twist. So again, right here, my back squat is italicized and it's offset. It's not in the center. So what I'm just going to do here, just make it easy, since Russian twist is not bullet as well, I'm just going to select all of this stuff just to make it easy. I'm going to unitalicize. I'm going to hit the bold, and I'm going to hit the center right over here, center, and then this one centers it within the cell as well. But we'll just leave it as that. So I've got all 3 of these exercises paired with each other, and there's going to be, I don't need my pair widths on because it's EDT and all exercises is essentially just going to rotate through. So I'm just going to select my middle cell here, my middle cell, right click it, format cells. I'm going to get my dotted lines, and now I can select both of them to make it a little bit easier there. You could do it up there as well, just showing us different ways to get the job done. So I can just copy and paste this here, just kind of checking. So I got 2 bolded black lines over here on my 2A or my should be 2B exercise. I'm just going to format my cells here. Okay. Again, I'm gonna hit the caps locks. I'm selected. 2A, 2B, 2C. Back squat, 3, 3, 3 each. We'll just go body weight and body weight. I'm gonna select this again, or we'll do that in a second there. So since I know this is an EDT and my reps are gonna stay the same with for each week, I'm gonna do the same exact thing. Command C, and then select the top corner within each week, and then Command V, and I'm done. So I'm going to do multiple EDTs this week. I have my first one set up right here. So after this EDT, the kids will have a certain amount of rest period. I'm going to select my format, Command C, come right down below here, Command V. My formatting's the same. I know my lines are there. I know all 3 of my exercises are here, and I have this part as well. We'll just change this to 2. And then you can change whatever exercise you want. It doesn't matter right now, but you can put in whatever exercise you want. Let's just say I'm going to do 3 EDTs for the day, so I'm just going to copy and paste this again. So this is going to be my last EDT for the day. But now I look down underneath here, and I have all this extra space. I'm going to show us a little thing to help format that. So this is my last one. I'm just going to come over here, select the last cell, format it, throw the border on top to indicate that we're finished right there. We can get these numbers as well, 3A, 3B. Oh, this is 3A, sorry. This is 3A, 3B, 3C, 4A, 4B, 4C. So I'm going to select all this space I'm not going to use. Since that EDT is our last one, I'm going to select this. I'm going to go up, for me on the new Excel, it's edit. We're going to clear. And then you got a couple options here. You have clear all, clear formats, or clear contents. And then you got hyperlinks and series. But these 3 are going to be the mains one you're going to use. So clearing all is going to clear everything beneath here. So the ones that we're going to be really worried about is the format, which is all the borders, and then the content, which is essentially anything you type within that cell. So this is going to be a blank space for us. So I just click all. Everything is clear, and it took away my line. I should have waited. That's okay. We'll just go back, throw the border on. There we go. Now we got to get rid of these. Since we don't have exercises or core work over here, we're going to have to change that as well. So what I like to do is, as opposed to going through and selecting all, deleting the format or whatever you want to do, I just find a decent amount of the gray blocks over here. I'll copy and paste, and I'll just go through it. Oh, it unselected it. So I'll just go through real quick. Keeps doing that to me. There we go. And now I've got rid of everything. all the pairings and all the letters and numbers are out, and it got rid of this for me. So again, I should have waited. No big deal. That's a quick fix. And let's get rid of core here too. So just copy, paste that. So we're clean. We got rid of our formatting in here, since this is our last thing, and we got rid of all the exercise numbering on this side as well. So when you look up, looks nice and clean, nice and crisp, made things a lot easier. So let's kind of do one more thing here just to kind of show you. Let's just say our exercises or our lifts on these other days ended at both at 4B. So this is right here is where our last exercise on both days finished. So I'm just going to throw in a bolded black line just to help with visual representation. So I added that border there real quick. So now we have all this space down here that we have to get rid of. So I'm going to select everything. I just go one just because sometimes the border is on the other side of that. So I'm selecting everything. I'm going to go back up to my edit, my clear, and I'm going to get rid of everything here. The border's gone, that's okay. But as you can see, we can just finish it like so. We'll format this real quick. The border, we're closed off. And let's just kind of make some exercises up. TRX row. Everything's, gotta take off the caps locks. TRX row. They got rid of that again too. But again, I just want to fix this. So again, to see this, it's off-centered to the left. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to center it. And I'm going to come over here and bold it as well. That would be our last exercise. You know, you can fill in the blank with whatever you want. Bench press. You see how that popped up. There we go. Pops up. You can hit enter, but I'm going to have to fix this because it's not centered. So I'll come up to my center button. Do so like that. And then, you know, fill in the blanks for each day. Now, let's just say for whatever reason, you had changed you want to change the font for the entire sheet. We can just kind of come up here, select all. So this selects everything within the sheet. And I'm just gonna go right up here. We're gonna go, we'll see what this one looks like. There we go. Everything, all the font was on this sheet was now changed, as opposed to like going like this and through it. All I do is select this font, changes it up, and then you can do the different. If you want all the fonts to be the same size, you do that. But obviously, we need different font sizes throughout the sheet. But that's one way just to double check that everything stays the same there. Let's see here. Make sure I kind of hit most of the bullet points. Yeah. So just kind of going through this. There's always an easier way, especially in Excel here. And this font size is different down here, so I'd have to come back down here. Font, I believe everything is 10. Bada bing, bada boom, there it is. Very simple. And also you can kind of see right here, this frustrates me a little bit sometimes. I hate when my letters kind of run off into that bolded line. So I'd select this, kind of the same concept as we did before with we'll select the columns, come through, and this one doesn't have to be as big. So I'm just grabbing it and it changes all like that. Another way to do it, if you don't want to do it like that and you want to get exact measurements, you can right click Format the cells. Or excuse me, wrong one. You right click, go to column width, and then you can type in whichever one you want. So we'll just go, that one was 2.5, we'll go 3.5. All right, wow, that's way too big. Column width, we'll go back to the 2.5 that we were at. All right, perfect. Everything looks good. So those are just some tips and tricks on how to make life a little bit easier for you while programming and just kind of making the format time cut down for you.